thing, a second shot, audio check. Let me know everything is good. Begin to answer. We could do all the question and answer.
That's what I get for leaving it in the truck. All right. How about now and stuff? I got on the it's coming through the phone now and stuff. So okay. All right. Good. So the headset then we call get rid of that. So like I said, it's, all right, Mr. Aaron, stuff I appreciate it. Same thing and stuff. If you got any questions and stuff, let me have it, cause I'm truck 11. All right, cause I got a bunch of them and stuff. I got a bunch of them over the weekend and everything. Most of them. Let's see. Well, the shop got my engine broke down. Said I dropped the number 5, number 6 liner. Need a whole. It's just all right. So you gonna all right. So now that you know, I mean, what's the you gonna tell them to fix it, or you just gonna tell them go and scrap it? 'You waiting for the quote. All right. So it's not gonna be the 5500 that they quoted you. 65. Don't know about the. Oh, okay. Hmm. Yeah, that's a tough situation there and stuff, man. I mean, yeah, that's a tough one there and stuff. I would, and like I said, it's just my suggestion. All right, you're gonna drop 65. You're gonna drop 65 in the truck, right? All right, 65 for the kit, and then whatever they charge for the label to see. So I'll pay up to 30. Oh, well then, okay, never mind then. Okay, all right, okay. If you gonna drop 13 in the truck, right? Okay, the truck is yours. All right, the truck is yours, and you got 13. You got 13 to the good. Um, I would do some system manipulation. So hear me out. If it's a bad idea and stuff, you kind of know where I'm going with it. If it's a bad idea, then just squash it. But this my thing here. Okay. Now you got 13. You're gonna work with. You already got the truck. Now, okay, yeah, but hear me out though. Hear me out. Okay. Lone Mountain got those trucks. They got those what you calls and stuff. They got the Pro Stars and stuff. Now here's the thing. If you got 13, they only want 2 grand for the truck, right? They only want 2 grand for the truck and stuff down. Um The payments is $895 a month. Payments that you can afford so you have 14 payments. That means a year and a half. So however you want to do it, because you already with some people that you know how to make some money with. So as you working at your leisure, right? You working at your leisure, payments that you can afford. I would take the flat top and kind of work on it piece by piece. I'll work on it piece by piece and stuff. And by the time you got it together, you'll already know what you want to do and stuff. Like, hey, all right, you throw somebody else in this stuff and do little, do local stuff, or they can do the same thing like you and stuff. Like, they can get out there and ride and do those loads and stuff like that, however they want to do it. Flat top paid for. You got payments that you can afford on this other truck here. Now, here's the thing. 6 of those months you under warranty. That truck, whatever truck you get, 6 of those months you under warranty. So the only thing you got to worry about is the last 6 months. So on the first 6 months you get the truck, that's when you put all, see what it can do. You want to slide over to California, it's already set. You can make that California money or that Phoenix money. Scrap that truck, AJ. That Mercedes. No, it's not. It ain't trash. It's not trash. It's not trash. It's just it's a motor like anything else and stuff. It's you don't trash nothing. You don't trash nothing that's pre-emission. I don't care what it is. If it's post-emission, yeah, I would say you're gonna get rid of it. Pre-emission, you don't get nothing you don't get rid of nothing pre-emission. Especially now. So you get the truck, right? It's too sensitive. Well, they got aftermarket parts and stuff. Mercedes doesn't get a good rap because it's not a popular motor. When you think of Mercedes, the first thing and let's be real, the first thing we think about is the car, the Mercedes car. And then we think about the Mercedes car, the luxury car and stuff like that. Mercedes is a very powerful motor in Europe. It just, for some reason, European engines don't do so well and stuff as far as luxury goes. What do you think about aftermarket kit? Yeah, because that's the other thing I was gonna say. There is no such thing as OEM. Don't let nobody fool you into thinking that you got an OEM. Do not waste your time with an OEM part. I don't care what anybody says about OEM. The only time you get an OEM is when it's coming straight out of the manufacturer. Anything other than that is aftermarket. Because the same people that sell the aftermarket parts are the same ones that build the OEM specification parts. That's why they can call it OEM, because it has to meet up to a certain specification. That's it. Don't even waste your time with OEM. Don't even waste your time with OEM, because unless you're trying to put the truck in competition, right? Unless you put it in a competition, you taking it down into the gas and you're gonna have it broken open and say, okay, all Mercedes parts and stuff, screw it. Get that aftermarket. So the Freightliner basic overhaul is $65 isn't worth getting. Okay. Next step. Freightliner, no. Don't take your truck to Freightliner, because the only reason why the dealership is open, right, to start with, is to make sure that those new trucks that's being pushed out, if they have any problems and stuff, that's where they go. Because they under a manufacturer warranty, they have to honor the contracts and stuff like that. But your truck that's paid for, they gonna see your truck there, they gonna look at it and say, we'll get to it when we get to it. And then your truck be sitting there almost 2 months. Okay, when work gets slow, yeah, okay, let's go and jump on this overhaul and stuff. We're going to jump on this overhaul and stuff. Okay, Mr. Jackson, we got your stuff straight. after 3 months. Don't the only thing you get from Freightliner, I mean the price for the overhaul kit at Freightliner is $65. No, don't even buy it. Don't even buy it from Freightliner. If you know, God, what's that place called? Hold on. Oh, let me see if I can find it here. Okay, this what you do. This what you do right here. Next time you go to the truck stop, pick you up one of these right here. Pick you up one of these and go to the back part. Go to the back part of the book, and you'll start seeing stuff like this. You'll start seeing stuff like this and everything. You make your phone calls and stuff like that. Do some price checking, calling around, see what kind of warranties they give you, then make your decision. But just to go to Freightliner to say all to be all, don't waste your time over there. Don't even waste your time there and stuff. Cause see, Freightliner want to be, you know, they got to get their cuts too. Cause all they doing is just going to LKQ. They going to LKQ and all these other junkyards and stuff like that, and they getting dealership prices. They getting dealership prices and bringing the kit and stuff. And they ain't gonna even show you the kit. They go, oh well, okay, all right, we need the truck now and stuff, and we're gonna start tearing stuff down and all this other stuff there. That's it. They going to LKQ. They gonna find a Mercedes-Benz motor and stuff like that because they got a bigger web base and stuff. And hopefully they can find something that's already tore down, get all the stuff that you need, and then no, nothing. Freightliner does not sell anything new. Everything that Freightliner sells is reman. Everything that you said, everything they sell from Freightliner is reman. Even if they say it's new. The only people that's gonna if you get a part and it fails, that's why they want you to bring it back to the dealership you bought it from. Even though they say, oh well, we'll honor it over here, we'll honor it over there. They want you to bring it back to the dealership you got it from. They don't make parts anymore, right? They say reman overhaul kit on the yeah, because all it is, they test the metals. They go and they test the metals and make sure that the metals and stuff is able to hold up under pressure. That's it. They making sure all that stuff hold up under pressure. If it meets the specification, then they put the reman stamp on it and they send it out. That's all they doing. You know, cause it's unless you go into the Freightliner manufacturing plant yourself, right? Unless you go in there yourself and you physically see them build a part and stuff like that, everything you get is reman. Everything. All this stuff is reman. In fact, I wish I knew the company. Let's see, heard of. No, I haven't heard of them. I haven't heard of them and stuff. What's the, if I'm saying it right, IPC. It's a place called IPC. If I'm saying it right, I could be wrong, but their stuff comes in a yellow box. Their stuff comes in a yellow box and stuff, man. And they what they do is let's see, where should I look for aftermarket kits? Right here. This the first place. This the first place right here. You go to grab one of these papers. No, he don't have a DD15. He don't have a DD15. IDP. I think that sound about right. If you could pull it up on the website and stuff, IDP and stuff, they are the people who makes the parts for all your rebuilds and stuff, all your rebuild kits. That's who got the contract. All it is, all it is that when they make the motors, right? When they make the motors for these trucks, it doesn't matter whether it's Cummins, Detroit, or whatever motor stuff it is. All right, the aftermarket company buys the motor. They buy the motor, they tear it down, and they say, okay, they examine each part, and then they go and they reproduce the same part and stuff, and see if they can reproduce the same part more efficiently, more cost efficient. Okay, what stuff can we shave off, right, to save money? And then they produce their own part and stuff, and then if it's good enough, they actually go to Detroit. They either go to Detroit or come, or whoever make the motor, and they say, hey, listen, we can make your parts and stuff, and we can make them faster, more efficient, and cheaper. And if everything is on the up and up, then they sell them the schematics for the motor. And then that's when they start producing all the parts and stuff, and then that's where all your parts come from. Like your clutch, for instance. When you go buy a clutch, the most popular clutch in there and stuff is not Allison. It's not Allison. Allison makes all your transmission parts and stuff, but the people who makes your clutch and all that, and they got those boxes and stuff in there. Is this it right here? Allied. Okay. Allied Parts. Allied Parts is who make all, especially Freightliner. They make all this stuff. The brakes, the drums, the clutch, just everything. Everything with the Freightliner stuff. You see those yellow boxes in there and stuff. Next time you go to Freightliner, you see them all in there sitting in the corner. That's what, if you need a clutch, that's what they're gonna put in there. And they'll tell you, okay, yeah, well, we're gonna put an OEM clutch and stuff in your truck. Put no OEM clutch in. They gonna grab one of them Allied clutches right out the box and stuff and throw that in there. And then let's just say you understand what OEM and aftermarket is, right? And you go in there, you start talking about, okay, well, I want an OEM part, right? They gonna quote you some ridiculous price and stuff in hopes of you moving to the aftermarket. Yes, aftermarket is just as good as OEM, unless the only time people really suggest like OEM is when you showcasing a vehicle or you racing. That's it. You working a vehicle. That's all it is. It's metal. It's metal that's meeting up to a specification code and stuff to make sure it don't buckle under pressure. And then they throwing it on the truck. Nobody out here has an OEM. Nobody. Not even these glider kits. You go to Fitzgerald. If you go to Fitzgerald, the only thing in there that's OEM is the block. That's it. Is the block. And to tell you the truth, I don't even think, wait a minute, hold up. Okay, yeah, the block. That's it. The block is the only thing that's OEM. Everything else and stuff, man, is aftermarket. Everything. Only time they breaking out some OEM stuff if they know that truck is going to be used for showroom purposes and you got a bunch of sponsors, then that's when they come with all their OEM stuff. But other than that and stuff, like people be going out, you probably heard this argument too and stuff. The tires, oh man, Goodyear is better than Bridgestone and all this other stuff, the name brand tires and all that stuff there. Nope. They all made at the same place. I mean, we drive trucks for a living, so so it's amazing. Like when we go in places like bread, for instance, the only thing that's different with the bread and stuff is the type of is the stuff that's the bread. The only thing that's different with the bread is the packaging. We go into the shopping centers and stuff like that. All right, when we talk about cereal, what we talking about? Frosted Flakes, Rice Krispies, and all that other stuff. And then you see that no name stuff. It's like you know, we got to bag up from it. Oh, that's poor. That's the poor people cereal. It's the same. It's the same cereal. If you sit there and you look at the box, especially great value stuff, right? The only thing they're doing is contracted from the same people: General Mills, Quaker Oats, all that other stuff. That's why I say when I get on the road, I don't waste my time with all that name brand stuff. You know, I don't waste all my time with that name brand stuff. Cause the only thing you're paying for is a name. That's it. It all comes from the same place, the same spot. Only difference is they got the contract. They got the contract to produce the food and stuff like that. That's it. Straight up. That's the only time you go OEM really is if you got sponsorship and you know that the party. When you go OEM, you talking about making some money. And I'm talking about I ain't talking about making money like working. I'm talking about like showing. You know, you going to the show, when you go to these truck shows and stuff, everything in there is OEM because they sponsor. You know, oh man, I'm gonna get these Goodyear tires. They sponsor. Cause Freightliner was $65 for a basic kit, reman head, $2,500. Yeah. So that's all that is. You get the head, you get they the same heads, cause they run the same test on them. They gonna go, they gonna clean them, they gonna put new spring, they put in new springs, new everything and stuff. And when you get it, you can't tell the difference. You can't tell the difference and stuff. It's just like eating the cereal out the box and eating it out the bag. Some people say, oh, I can taste the difference. I can taste the difference. That's just the placebo effect. I'm tasting it, and because it's different, it's got to have a different type of taste. It's the same stuff, got to come from the same place. Come from the same place, man. If it's different, it's maybe because it come from a different plant. That's it. But they go by the same recipe. You know. God, when I used to eat cereal, I like frosted mini wheats and stuff. But they got this I forgot what they call it, frosted something. I'm gonna say frosted squares and stuff, right? That was the great value stuff. Same stuff, same recipe. Only difference is it come in a different box. So what you gonna pay? $3-4 for the same thing? No. I'm getting, it ain't no such thing as it used to be quality over quantity. And let's see, another philosophy. Oh, you get what you pay for. Yeah, then Freightliner told me they had to order the parts also, but I don't know from who. They ain't gonna tell you that. They're not gonna tell you that. All they want is the green light. They say, okay, this is our price right here. This is our price right here, $6,500. They're gonna go online. They're gonna find the parts and stuff like that. Make sure that they got a warranty and stuff behind. They probably done bought the kit for like they done got the kit for about $1,000. You see what I mean? But see, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's all a mind thing, cause we even do that stuff now. We even do that stuff now. Shirts, clothes, shoes, stuff like that. You go in the store and everything, and you go get all this stuff that ain't name brand, and the first thing you talking about, oh man, shoot, I hope nobody see me. But you notice that when it comes to the meats, right? When you going in there and buying your pork chops and your chickens and your beefs and all that other stuff there, you notice there ain't really too much. The selection is based upon the size of it. It ain't got nothing to do with who's making it. Because whoever got that particular contract in that area, that's where you're going to get your chickens from. If Tyson's got it, then you're going to eat Tyson chicken. That's it. If Purdue got it, you're going to get Purdue chicken. It's the same thing with the beef. If Tyson got it, you're going to be eating Tyson beef, all that other stuff. Then it's all about the size. But when you look at the box and everything, and then I'll show people don't see me eating these cheap cereals. That type of stuff there. It's all a psychological effect. And so then it plays on everything. It plays on everything. But you notice, like, the millionaires and billionaires, we never see what they eat. We never see what they eat and all that stuff. In fact, we know all the millionaires. We know all the millionaires all day long and stuff. A millionaire come up and stuff like that, you already know who he is, based upon what? Him being flashy. He got all the jewels and the fancy cars and all that stuff there. But you take Jeff Bezos, for instance. If Jeff Bezos came out here right now, you could be standing right beside him, and the only thing you'll probably say is, that dude looked like Jeff Bezos. In Walmart shopping just like you. He ain't gonna have all them Armani suits and all the other stuff there. He gonna be driving a company car. He gonna be driving a company car and stuff, right? That he got, with the Amazon, with the Amazon logos and stuff on it. So he can write all those cars and stuff out. He might treat himself out every now and again. And another thing about Jeff Bezos, I was reading an article and stuff. That man he said he's gonna be the first trillionaire. He's gonna be the first trillionaire by 2026. He's projected to be the first trillionaire by 2026. So his net worth right now is $126 billion. 126. So this man is projected to make, in 5.5 years, a little over $800 billion. $800 billion and stuff. That's a very, bruh. I mean, just to look at that and stuff, man. The whole bill, to be a billionaire, you got to have 10 sets of $100 million. 10 sets of it. So I'm like, I mean, that's, it's. But where that come from and stuff is the fact that they understand financial literacy and stuff. They not confused about buying $300, $400 pair of Nike shoes and stuff like that. You got a whole closet full of them, full of Nike shoes, and then when it comes to your responsibilities and whatnot and stuff, okay, I don't understand financial literacy at all, guys. And just to be I'm kind of off topic and stuff a little bit, but it's like with my children, right? My son, now my son saying he gonna move June. He's moving in June and stuff, right? And he all excited and all this stuff here, and I was excited for a minute too for him. I'm like, oh man, you about to get your own place and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, all right, cool. Until he told me what he was gonna do. Now he's saying that, let's see, Rothschild print the money out of they do. They do, man. My son tells me, I was waiting on Maverick to get back around, but hopefully all the slots aren't. No, ain't they'll get with you, and if they don't, then if they don't and stuff, then somebody will get around to you. But my son comes up and tells me he about to get his own place, so I'm excited and stuff. I say, all right, cool. Then he tells me, he said he moving in with 2 other guys, right? Not on no homo stuff, right? He just, they transferring them and stuff 45 minutes away and stuff from the house, and so they all decided. They all grew up together and stuff like that. So they know each other and all that. They, friend, buddy and stuff like that. But now, the reason why, so I sit down and have a talk with him. I'm saying, listen, okay, you staying here and you don't have to pay any bills. Okay, you don't have to pay any bills and stuff. Your money is your money. I just have a new set of conditions. One of them is to get a passport. The next thing is to travel somewhere and stuff exotic internationally. I don't want him traveling, like, okay, yeah, I went to Las Vegas. No, I want him to go outside the country and experience something. If he do that, then I told him, okay, yeah, you have my blessing. So he's moving in with 2 other guys, right? And They supposed to be sharing this 3-bedroom apartment. So he tells me one of the reasons why he's moving is because he wants to have his own privacy. He wants to have his own privacy. Now, you know, in the house it's of course me. It's of course me and stuff and my wife, and we share a room, you know. Unfortunately. Then he has his sister. Then he has his sister and he has his brother. Everybody has their own room. So he tells me, okay, yeah, I want to have my own, you know, I want to have my own room, my own sense of independence and stuff. I'm like, I'm not understanding. Because I'm like, you moving in with 2 other guys and stuff. I'm like, I guess I'm assuming, you know, if his girlfriend and stuff come over, you know, if his girlfriend comes over and stuff like that, you know, I guess she can come over and stay and all that other stuff there. But again, you sharing a room with 2 other guys. So I'm like, okay, what happens if one of them falls short on the rent? Then who is that on now? He doesn't have, you know, the person that fell short ain't got the money. The rent still got to get paid. So who does that fall on? So you got to split it between 2 guys, right? So what does the third person do? Is he able to stay there? Is he able to stay there? Y'all gonna kick him out? All this stuff is. So I'm like, it's just a bunch of scenarios I'm throwing at him, and I'm saying like, okay, if they're paying you more money to work at this place and stuff 45 minutes away, I say, why not just take the job and just take the commute? And then take the extra money and stuff like that, put in your pocket and move towards, you know, understanding financial literacy. Those sort of things there while you're young, right? You're 19, you ain't got no kids and none of that stuff there, cause life come at you fast, right? And that didn't make sense to him. And stuff. And I'm like, now, I had to loan him. But see, he comes up, he asks for $80 and stuff on Sunday and say he'll pay me back Friday. And I keep saying the same thing, you know, hey, listen, June is 2 weeks away and stuff, right? You sure you want to do this? You know, you sure you want to do this? I mean, you know, you can kind of back out of it now and stuff like that, you know, save your money. But he feel that that's supposed to teach him a lesson and stuff like that and everything. I mean, you know, like I said, I ain't understanding, because when I was his age and stuff, you know, I couldn't stay home with my parents, you know, for free anyway. I couldn't stay for free. But yeah. All that, you know, the thing between OEM and aftermarket and stuff like that, man, look, just don't get caught up in that stuff. You know, people will sit there and stuff and say, oh man, dude, I'm doing all this stuff with OEM. Show me the science. Show me the science. Show me the science. And they can't do it. Oh, well, these tires over here, these tires give me 300,000 miles before a change. You know, I'm like, man, come on. You get them same Chinese tires. And they ain't Chinese tires, by the way. They not Chinese tires, by the way. They let's see. I just need 100,000. You'll get it. You'll get that. You'll get that 100,000. It's just cause see, you starting in fresh. You already got the bottom end done, right? You got the bottom end done. The heads were supposed to go a little while and stuff, and they didn't go. They didn't, you know. I put 70,000 miles on it since 2008. Okay, well, yeah, since 2018. So there you go. So it went almost, the truck went 2 years, almost 2 years and stuff, right? Just put 70,000 miles. I mean, I understand it was, you know, it's oil field stuff, but, you know, still, you'll get it. You'll get it. You got the bottom end done. So you knew eventually you had to get to the top end, and the top end just went out a little bit sooner than what it's supposed to. So now you got the top end done. They're gonna go ahead and throw the new liners and stuff in there, and seal the motor back up, and then you good to go. So the next thing is that, you know, all right, you at the house, you chilling, you resting, you in a cool, collective state of mind and stuff like that. You know, once the truck get built, hey, for the next month, balls to the wall, and you make your money back. Balls to the wall, you make your money back and stuff like that. 2 months, now you ahead of the game and stuff, and then, you know. So my understanding is that overall comes with the bottom end rebuild anyway. So, yeah, they gonna okay. Here's the thing though. When they drop that bottom end, right? If you get the kit and stuff, so you can. Okay. When they take your heads off your truck, all right, when they take your heads off your truck and stuff, I don't know who's going to do it. Let them know that you already got the bottom end and stuff done. So it's really no point in trying to change the rods and the mains if you already got them changed, right? Because when they see it, because here's the thing you don't want them to do. You don't want them to see it, right? And then all they're gonna do is just take the new stuff. They're gonna take your new stuff that's already paid for, and they just gonna keep it, and they're gonna play like, oh well, yeah, I've already see something. Okay, so Crow's gonna do it. Okay. If Crows do it, then what Crows should already understand and stuff that you just all you need is the top end, which is the heads. Once they take the heads off and stuff. All right, once they take the heads off, if you're gonna order a new set, if you're gonna order a new head, right, then it's gonna come with the gaskets. It's gonna come with the gaskets and the liners and stuff like that. So while they got it off, they're gonna be inspecting your sleeves. They're gonna be inspecting your sleeves because they said the number 5 and number 6 got messed up. So it'll be a good idea, and they'll tell you, that and stuff, like, since they already got the top end and stuff done. I mean, since they already got the top off, they're gonna inspect the sleeves, make sure the sleeves and stuff good, cause like I said, in the truck, when it comes to the sleeves, it's different, like, well, cars don't have sleeves and stuff, but when you see the sleeves, they kind of scratched up, right? Yeah, let's see. They think the rest are messed up too. They just measured only 5. Yeah. So, okay, the truck is a 2007, right? So, the truck is 2007, and if nobody ever touched it, then the truck probably did a lot of idling, right? The truck got what, 700,000 on it. So the truck got 700,000 and stuff miles on it, right? Cause if it's 700,000, then if the truck got 700,000 and we're 2020, so the truck is 13 years old. So in reality, 800,000. So you actually got $1 million. You got $1 million on the truck. You just got 200,000 in idle. That's all. So you got 200,000 in idle. So, with those sleeves and everything and stuff being in there for 13 years, it's just going to go. It's best to go ahead and change it, right? Cause they can get to them. Pull them out, put the new ones in, and you're good to go. They did your bottom end and stuff, so they already know what's up. They don't need to be saying nothing, they don't need to be saying nothing stupid, like, well, they can't say nothing stupid, cause it ain't, the truck ain't ran long enough and stuff to do anything with the burns. And if they are bad, they the ones that did it. So yeah, that's the thing there and stuff. It's just The rebuild just came a little bit before its time. That's all. I mean, you know, you did preventive maintenance on it. You did preventive maintenance on this stuff. It was supposed to go another, you know, it was supposed to go what, another three. We was looking at what, 300,000 on it. But anyway, these things happen and stuff. When you start taking stuff apart and putting new stuff in there, these type of things happen. So, you know, that again, that's if you want to do it. Or let's see, yeah, I was over here sweating bullets. I'm thinking they were gonna call in at least 18,000. No, like I said, if you got 13 sitting in the cut, right, you good to go. Cause the only thing you gotta do is a top end rebuild. You gotta do it, you know, you got a top end rebuild. And that's that. I can't see nothing else going wrong with the truck. I can't see nothing. Well, okay, the turbo. You know, just keep your eye on the turbo. But yeah, just keep your eye on the turbo and stuff. But when they take it apart, they gonna look at it and stuff. And as long as ain't no oil and stuff in it, and it ain't, you know, the spools and stuff straight, then, you know. And when it's time to get your turbo, go and get your aftermarket turbo. Just don't get one from China. That's all I'm saying. Don't get one from China. God, that part. Yeah, the water pump, oil cooler. Okay, all right, yeah, okay. So the oil cooler straight. That was another important thing and stuff. The oil cooler. So the oil cooler straight. One thing I will be saying to try to eliminate, talk to them about, you know, that EGR and stuff like that, you know, just, you know, your EGR and stuff like that, just have a talk with them and see if they can do something with it, you know, if they can do something with it and stuff, since they already in there, you know. You know what I'm saying? Just get it. Just if they can do it. If they can't do it, then don't worry about it. But if they can, since they already in that area and stuff like that, just, you know, just tell them, you know. They told me they could on the 60 series. Yeah. I mean, if okay, we'll put it like this: if they don't know how, then don't worry about it. If they don't know how, don't worry about it stuff. But if they know how, then just tell them, you know, and you're good to go. All right, so yeah. Like I said, that's one suggestion. Or that other suggestion, if you just say, hey, listen, I want to go in and go back to work, you can put the truck in. Let's see, I ran into that a lot. Shops never did. I mean, you know, the EGR is a factor, but not really. And that's because it's not the EGR, it's the cooler that you got to worry about. You know what I'm saying? It's the cooler you got to worry about, guys. What they had to do to fix that leak is pretty much what they got to do to get to that cooler and stuff. And so, you know, you don't want to go, if you don't want to go through all that stuff and pay all that money, then, you know, where can you get work done on your truck if it had EGR series 06? You said the dealership is pretty much all. Okay. If it's a 06, you good to go. If it's a 06 and you want to go to the dealership, guys, see, here's the thing, right? your EGR and your one box is different, because when they get done, when you go to the dealership, when they get done, right, in order for the work to be complete, they got to do either a 45-minute, regen, or a 4-hour regen. And see, being that your truck is posted, your truck is pre-emission, right? The only way that they can tell that something's been done, right, is that they have to physically go in there and see that it's been done. So unless you're doing something that's in relation to it, the only thing they can come back and tell you is that the only thing they're gonna come back and tell you is that it's disconnected and you need to have it reconnected. That's it. So if it's pre-emission, if it's before 2007, there's no way of telling, right? Because you don't have to do a regen cycle. But if it's post-emission, that's where you get caught right there. That's where you get caught and stuff. And really, they don't have to run it through. They don't have to run it through the cycle, but they run it just to make sure that everything's on the up and up. That's how they. Because when you say because to delete something means to remove it, right? And so to delete something is to remove it. And see, the process isn't what you think it is. Okay, it fooled me. The process isn't what you think it is and stuff. And so when you get under there and stuff, it's just like when people take their catalytic converters and stuff off the cars. When you take your catalytic converter off the car and stuff, and you run straight pipe right now, the thing is, when they do the inspection on your car and stuff, right, you can put a shell over your exhaust pipe and stuff. The only thing they're saying is that the catalytic converter has to be mounted to your vehicle, so it's mounted under there. You got the shell and stuff, right? But inside the shell, all it is an exhaust pipe that just running in and coming back out. So unless they physically go in there and examine it, right, only thing that the inspection, with the inspection, all they have to do is see it. And like I said, this go with cars now. It's a shell. So just just use your imagination. Just use your imagination on that and stuff, and you can see what it means to do certain stuff without going too much into detail. But your EGR, it's not a problem. It's not, unless they go in there and unless you go in there and say, man, listen, something wrong with my EGR, and then they go in there and they physically look at it and say, hey, man, okay, here's your problem right here. And they'll tell you what it is. But other than that, you can go anywhere and stuff, and ain't nobody gonna have no problem with nothing. They ain't gonna even be looking for it. And if they looking, it's because somebody called, told them, and made a real big deal out of it. Like, hey, I want you to physically look at this EGR. But let's see, man, I appreciate you for this information. I just got the truck a week ago. The only thing I think I got to do is some work on the ECM, so they make onto the EGR. If you haven't, you need to get on. Your ECM, you need to get on that. You need to get on that and stuff. That's one of those things and stuff when it start, when your truck start messing up and everything, it gives you indications that it's about to go. That ECM, that's a very important part, and you don't want that thing going out in the wrong spot. Cause I don't know how many messages I get on Facebook and stuff talking about, I don't know how many messages I get on Facebook and stuff talking about, man, hey, do you know anybody in this area that sell ECMs? And this, that, whatever. Then, you know, the other thing with the ECM, you got to get it programmed. And everybody don't know how to do the program and stuff like that, cause they think it's a plug and play. And they think it's a plug and play and stuff. And then you got certain, you know, your truck may have had some work done to it and stuff before. And that ECM got it got a stand where it go to a default setup. So if your truck set at a you know, the default setting and stuff, you know, you might, you know, if you got a Detroit or whatever and stuff, you might got to turn it up to a 5. You might got to turn it up to a 500 and stuff. But then the ECM is set at 465, right? You're gonna have some problems. The truck just ain't gonna run right. Cause it's set up for a 500, and you got to cut back to a 460. Let's see. How do you feel about the 2015 DD15 with automatic transmission? Good motor, transmission. I don't care too much for the automatic transmission. But if that's what you can get and stuff, then that's what it's gonna be, cars. Manual transmissions, they just not the thing no more and stuff. Especially if you buying a fleet, if you buying a base model truck, right, fleet model truck, most of them gonna come automatic transmission. So my suggestion is look and see what kind of work and stuff's been done on it, see how many miles on it, because typically when those things get about 500,000, you gotta change that clutch. You know, you got to change that clutch and stuff, man. And you know, unless you get it and you already know that the work and stuff been done on. Let's see, I have a automatic restriction. Oh, you got automatic restriction on your license. Okay, well then, auto shift it is then. So, God no, man. I mean. You know, how I feel about that restriction, it's really kind of a hindrance, you know. It's really kind of a hindrance. A lot of people think like it's real beneficial and stuff. I can understand if everybody was running auto shift trucks, but they not. And some people still prefer to run manual, just like what's that guy name? Lil Guy. They got Lil Guy truck and stuff. He got that that truck from RST and stuff, that Peterbilt area. That's a 13 speed. So, and I didn't know that they you know, I didn't know and stuff that they were still putting 13 speeds and stuff in trucks. But yeah, they are. And see, you might wind up in a situation, you work for a carrier and stuff, and then that might keep you from getting the job. Cause what they saying is that, hey, listen, we run both trucks over here, and you might be driving the truck, and your auto shift truck break down and stuff, and the only thing they got is a manual. You know, the only thing they got is a manual and stuff. You got that restriction. See, now it puts them in a disposition, puts you in a disposition. So, you know, and it might be a job and stuff. You know, it might be a job and stuff paying real good money. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, got you. Okay. In that case and stuff, then if you're going to get the truck with the auto shift, then yeah, I would say, yeah, go ahead and get it. Just take real good care of your truck, cause again, you don't want to be in a position where, let's just say that truck goes down and stuff, right? That truck goes down and stuff, and then they might give you another truck to drive, but the only trucks that they got available are manuals. And see, now, you know, that's going to keep you from, that's, you know, even if it's nothing more but just taking the truck and doing what you got to do and bring it back and stuff like that. I mean, you don't, anything that can hinder you and stuff, you need to try to find a way to get rid of that restriction, even if you don't use it. Cause it's not like that restriction is not like a hazmat endorsement where, you know, it's not like that and stuff, man. I mean, it's some real stuff, you know. Like, okay, you can't drive a truck because you got this restriction, even though you know how to operate the equipment. Let's see. I like the truck. I just got it 5 weeks ago, but I don't have 5 or 6 grand to replace the system. If the dealership finds out that I answer, well, here's the thing: is that number one, don't go to the dealership. If you got a 2006, you ain't got no reason to be going to the dealership for nothing, except maybe buying the part for the truck. That's it. You take your truck to a mechanic somewhere and stuff, whatever issue that you have. You ain't got no reason to go to the dealership for nothing. The only thing they're gonna do is just rip you off, take your money, put your truck in the back burner, fix stuff that don't even need to be fixed, look at a whole bunch of other stuff that you didn't even ask to be looked at and stuff, and then, you know, send you on your way, and then the thing that you supposed to got fixed and stuff never got done. And you spent a whole bunch of money. Because another thing I seen, they don't raise their shop rates up some of these places by $25. So, you know, hey, get ready for that. But as far as that dealership, you ain't got no reason whatsoever to go in there unless you're going in there to get a part. And I don't care if they say, hey man, we got open bays open and stuff like that, we can get your truck in and out of there right quick. Don't do it. Cause these seats I got put in this truck and stuff, right? Again, completely unrelated. I drove the truck in the shop. The only thing that I was paying these guys to do was put these seats in at Freightliner car. They said they was slow. They ain't got nothing going on, right? I'm sitting there in that break room. And stuff like that. Next thing you know, I hear my truck crank up. I ran out of that break room fast. And it's, okay, what y'all doing? Cause you ain't got to crank up the truck to put no seats in and stuff. I mean, once you got them in, I'll crank the truck up, air the seats up, and all that good stuff. That's the first thing that came out there. Hey man, well listen, what you doing? Why you cranking the truck up for? What you cranking the truck up for? You just put in 2 seats. That's it. You take one out, put the other one in. So he tells me, oh, the truck was in the shop crooked. Like, no, bro, that thing ain't in there crooked. You in there looking for stuff, man. Look, and so the thing was, you know, I came back, I stayed out there the whole time, and once he put the seats in and stuff, I paid the guy and got out of there. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what they got going. I don't care what kind of deals they give you, whatever, stuff like that. Get your parts, go somewhere else and get the stuff done. Cause you definitely don't need them asking questions about any kind of modification. Nothing. Even if you got your power turned up and stuff, you ain't got no reason going in there and stuff. Cause another trap that they set is the recalls and stuff. Oh, hey, you know your truck got a recall on it. Okay, all right, well, give me the part and I'll go get it changed somewhere else. They good for that too and stuff. Oh man, you rolling in there and stuff with a 94 Freightliner FLD and stuff, and they talking about, oh, it's a recall on it, so you got a recall on the part. We can fix it for free and everything. And then next thing you know, your truck coming out there running all funny and stuff like that, and everything was fine. You know, you go to a dealership and they talking about recalls. No, give me the part. Give me the part. I got somebody else and stuff there to fix it. I don't care. We'll do it for free. What's the best truck for me if I'm gonna go auto shift route? if you go pre-emission, right? Cause the auto shift transmission they are in generation 5 now. They in generation 5 now. So if you go pre-emission, then you either gonna get a generation 1, 2, or 3. I saw a 07 Century class with a C15. Okay. Did it have does it have the auto shift transmission? If it's a 07, then it's either gonna be a generation 2 or a generation 3. If it's a alright, so if it's a generation 2, then you got a clutch in it, right? You got a clutch in it, but your shifter is gonna be on the right side where your Charlie brake. I don't know if people know what Charlie brakes are, but okay, it's a smart shifter. Okay, alright, so it's probably gonna have a clutch where you got to mash it down and stuff to keep the truck from stalling out. So if that's the case, I would prefer that truck over the one that doesn't have the clutch, which is generation 3. Generation 3, that's when they done away with the clutch. But the problem with the generation 3 is that when you get on a hill, it don't have no brake assist. So you got to hit the brake, you got to hit the accelerator and stuff, and then come off the brake in order to keep the truck from sliding back. The other problem with the generation 3 is that when you do your backing, it only has one speed. And so when you hit the dock, if you don't catch it just right, it's gonna push your truck back out. And then you got to hit the accelerator. And stuff. You got to go slow with it, and that's what kind of burns your clutch up. You know, when you hit the accelerator, the clutch is still engaging, right? The only thing is that you're not physically doing it. The truck is doing it. And so if it stays in there too long, you'll wind up overheating your clutch. And then, that's when you start running the problem about premature clutch wear and all that other stuff. Then you got to be in the shop changing your clutch out. But other than that, I mean, if you can get you a generation 2 transmission, at least you can control the the power of the clutch and stuff like that. And the only time you'll need it is like, when you come into a stop to keep the truck from stalling, and then to take off and everything and stuff too. You just hit the accelerator, come off the clutch like how you normally do and stuff with the shifter. But I would seriously get that restriction off as soon as possible. Cause here's the thing: if you get that 07, yeah, I was telling them about that, about the backing and stuff, man. Okay, if you got a C15, right? If you got a C15 and you get a generation, and say you get a the other thing why I say get the generation 2 with the clutch in it is because, let's just say you don't want to do auto shift no more, right? You want to switch over to a manual. Then it ain't nothing to it. All you got the clutch pedal and stuff that's in. All you got to do is take the old transmission out and throw another one in and stuff. And so you could say, well, I'm gonna take this transmission out and get me 18 speed. Get your 18 speed, throw that in there and stuff. You already got the clutch assembly and stuff that's already in there and stuff, and it's not, in fact, you just do that and then reprogram the ECM. Reprogram the ECM and stuff, and then you're good to go. That's if you get tired of that auto shift and stuff, cause I imagine, with that C15, you probably gonna want that power and stuff turned up. And so with that power, you want to command that power too. You know, okay, you can get to a 5.25 with no problem. You know, all thing they gotta do is just turn up on the ECM, and then bam, you don't went from 475 to 5.25. But you know, if you want to control that power and stuff, right, then you might want to switch that transmission out and stuff and get that auto shift and throw a 13 in it. Throw a 13, a 15, or 18. I go and get the 18 because they the same price. They the same price basically. Steel or aluminum pistons? I would talk to Crows about that. I would talk to Crows and see what they recommend, cause the steel, you know what I mean? The steel is all right. The aluminum is just a little bit more lighter. That's all. It's a little bit more lighter stuff, so it'll be quick on the it'll be quick on the uptake and stuff. You know, the thing is that with that aluminum, you sacrificing durability for speed and power. Cause the steel, steel is a little bit more heavier than aluminum, but no, it's if it's treated. If it's treated, actually the steel is more. It'll heat up faster than aluminum will. It's not. Aluminum is just not as durable as steel. That's all. It'll stay cool. It'll stay cool and stuff like that. It's lighter, and it'll give you the speed. It'll give you the speed and the power and stuff. You know, if you need it. But the thing is, we ain't in no race, so you know, I would get with Crows and see what they recommend. If they say steel, then get the steel. If they say the aluminum, you know, what they gonna be looking at with the aluminum and stuff is if you're gonna be turning the power up and stuff like that. And so, you know, if you turn up that power, then yeah, you'll need the speed. Okay. Let's see. I can't. I mean, I'm like this. People go to sleep on the Mercedes and stuff, right? But people go to sleep on the Mercedes and stuff, but man, even though they, you know, in the Europe, you know, it's you know, on Instagram and stuff, got a couple guys and stuff that I know in, you know, in Europe and stuff, and so, God, let's see. It just is a prime meat truck here, right? Hey, I mean, you can't really go to sleep on them. Those European motors and stuff, man, if it was, I'm gonna say this. If we had some real European mechanics over here and stuff, like, what's that truck? The Scania. If the Scania was real popular over here, and they get the hands on that Mercedes engine and stuff, it'll show you what it can do. Let's see, I can't turn a 350 up to what? Uh, you talking about that 350? You talking about that 350 bit cam that you got? Cause that that three that 350 you can turn it up, but man, you ain't gonna have no fuel mileage. You can get it turned up and stuff, but man, your fuel mileage would be like 2 something to the gallon, but you'll have power. Hey, so just to do a recap and stuff, just do a recap. Chase and Andrew, if you get a chance, if you ever go in the truck stop and stuff, remember pick up this paper right here. Pick up this paper right here. If you want to do some more, cross referencing, because this paper is regional, right? Like, the stuff it's showing me is over there in the Northeast, but then if you pick up one where you at, if you in Memphis, you can check out stuff from in that area there, Little Rock, Dallas, those surrounding areas there and stuff, right? And even though they might have some people, they might see some people like from might see some people from based in California. They got shops everywhere and stuff, and so these are the people that Freightliner call and say, hey, listen, I need a kick. Okay, we can have you one day in 30 minutes. They probably got a warehouse in Memphis, guys. Memphis is it's a hub. They just don't tell you where the surplus warehouse and stuff is. But them warehouses, they ain't got no names and stuff on them, but they got a whole bunch of fences and barbed wires and stuff and armed security guards and stuff like that. But you don't know what the place is and you ain't never been to it. Surplus warehouse. And that's where they ordering the stuff from. They tell you, oh man, shoot, the parts over here in Cleveland and we can have it overnight to you and stuff. If you order it now, it'll be here tomorrow by 10 o'clock. They ain't doing nothing but go across town and stuff to that surplus warehouse. Say, hey man, I need that kit and everything and stuff. And then they down the street. Okay, then yeah. If they local, then yeah. That's who I'll be talking to. Cause see, the thing is, they want to sell you the part, but they don't want to see you no more. They don't want to see you no more and stuff either. Like, okay, look, we're gonna put this thing in here, but they ain't trying to see you every week talking about, man, hey, listen, something wrong with this, something wrong with that. No. They right up the street. That's the best place to go. You can go get it yourself. You ain't gotta worry about no damage to no shipping. None of that stuff is coming fresh off the assembly line and stuff like that. That's just like baked bread, fresh baked bread, man. You just, dang, now I want some bread. But you get the point though. They right up the street. Hey, in fact, I would kind of holler at them and stuff, man, cause they might sponsor you. They might sponsor you, and they sponsor you, then you ain't got to worry about nothing else. They just got to make sure your truck's straight. So hey, listen, when you do your you do your videos and stuff, kind of, throw a little ad at it and stuff like that and stuff, and for people who have doubt, and show them, this what it's about right here and everything, accommodate and consolidate. It was something else I need to talk about and stuff. Okay, this guy asked me a question, right? This guy asked me a question stuff on a comment and everything and stuff. He was asking me to speak about getting a base plate and stuff like that, and then it led to some other stuff too, cause some people like the 2290s and stuff, some people like kind of confused about that, And then the property tax, they kind of confused about that too and stuff. And so um, the reason why I had to answer that question from Brandon Gallett, the reason why I never dropped the video about getting the base plate and stuff with the trucks, right, is because each state is different. It's like, you know, North Carolina requirements and stuff are different than South Carolina's and so on and so forth and stuff. So, you know, the financial institution stuff that you get you get your truck from. And so you would ask the question about Lone Mountain. And so with Lone Mountain, the only thing that they supposed to be doing is putting themselves as the lien holders. You know, you still get the title and stuff to wherever you're going to register your truck. And so this would kind of cross people up and everything. And so they don't tell you this. They don't tell you this until you find out later. When you lease on with a company, the reason why they ask to take care of a lot of this stuff is because they already got people and stuff set in place to make sure that everything go the way it's supposed to. They know what the state is going to require in order to get your truck plated. So that's why they ask for a copy of your your title, because they're taking your title and they're getting it registered in that county. And so what they do is they pay the county tax and stuff, and then they charge it back to you. But when you get your settlement, it'll come like a permit charge or something. It won't say tax. It won't say tax and stuff. And see, that's what crossed people up, is that it'll come back and stuff and say like, well, we paid X amount of dollars, and this is your permit fee and stuff. That's actually a property tax that they paying to get the truck registered in that state. And so let's just say you quit the company. All right, say you quit the company and stuff, and you give them the base plate and stuff back. If you don't contact the county and let them know that you no longer a resident, and if you no longer resident in that county or that state, what's going to happen is, let's just say you try to go get your let's just say they out of North Carolina, right? Okay, say you work for a company, they're out of North Carolina, and you leased on with them and stuff like that, and then you're not with them no more, and then you go lease on and stuff with another company in another state. And say you work for them for like 3 years or something like that. And then, okay, I'm going to go get my own authority. So when I go get my own authority, when I go to register my truck back in North Carolina where I'm from, they're going to hit you for 3 years worth of property taxes. And so you go like, dang, where is this coming from? Well, you know, it came from your truck being registered with this company right here and stuff. And so what happens is, because you no longer an employee for the company, when they send the property tax bill, they always send the bill to the company. You never get it. They never send it to your address. They send it to the company's address. And so when the company gets it, every year, if you still there, they just pay the taxes and stuff on it, right? Because that's one of the requirements and stuff in order to get the new base plate and stuff like that. When they get it, they pay it, and then they bill it back to you under, it won't be miscellaneous, it'll be under permit. And it'll be under permit and stuff like that, and you won't ask no questions. But if they put it under taxes, and they put like, okay, on property tax, that's when you know, hey, wait a minute, hold up. What's this thing about this tax and stuff? And then see, now you get yourself more involved and stuff, and understand, okay, yeah, you got to pay a property tax and stuff. Some states, I think it's a one-time deal and stuff, like Pennsylvania, and then some states you don't have to worry about paying property tax as long as you're using the vehicle for business, like Maine. This is why a lot of people go to Maine and get their base plates and stuff, you know, particularly their trailer permits and stuff. And then, you know, of course, I think Oklahoma is a one-time fee too. But anyway, that's the thing they don't tell you. And so if you don't, they're not going to go and say, well, this guy's he's no longer a company, he's no longer leased on and stuff. He's no longer resident and stuff, in the state or the county, whatever. They just gonna keep billing you every year and stuff like that. And then the only way that they can catch it is if you go and get your truck registered in that state. And now you got that thing right there you got to contend with and stuff. And so the best thing is that, if you quit any carrier, find out where they got the base plate and stuff from. You call down to yourself and tell them, okay, listen, I'm no longer a resident here and stuff, and they'll close your account out, and then they don't charge you nothing else because you turned in the tag and stuff like that. You turned in the tag and stuff like that. Even though they keep the tag, it's no longer under you, so they don't charge you anymore and stuff, and they charge you once a year. And then the other thing is that 2290, right? That 2290 and stuff. A lot of people get crossed up on that too. Your 2290 follows the truck and it follows you. So say you get your own truck, right? And you go over here to a carrier, and the carrier will say, we'll pay the 2290 and then we'll take it out. We'll pay the 2290 and we'll take it out of your settlement and stuff like that. All right. What people forget, what people don't do and stuff, and it kind of hurts them and stuff, is that when you pay it, it's yours because in order for them to pay your 2290, they got to have your title with your VIN number, and they got to have your EIN number. And they can only pay it one time. They can only pay it one time and stuff. And so what companies do is, okay, your 2290 is paid. What we forget to do, what we don't do is we don't ask for our Schedule 1, which is a receipt showing that the 2290 has been paid, right? So if you quit a carrier and then you go somewhere else and stuff, one of the requirements is that, okay, you got to pay the heavy highway use tax and stuff, the 2290. And so they'll tell you, if you ain't got no proof that it's paid, okay, we'll pay it again. And that's not how it works and stuff, because the only thing that they doing, they just getting another $5 out of you. If you don't have a copy of your Schedule 1, then when they go to get your truck registered, and they go to try to pay the 2290, when they go to file it, it kicks them back out. It kicks them back out because it's already been paid for that fiscal year. So once it's been paid and stuff, they can go down there and get your base plate and stuff like that. But because of you not knowing, right, they'll tell you, okay, well, you got to go pay your 2290. And yeah, you got to go pay your 2290 and stuff, Kyle. Oh, well, you ain't got no copy of your Schedule 1 and stuff like that. And the other thing and stuff is, let's just say that the IRS takes it, right? In the event that it takes it and stuff, then what happens, you pay it, and then the IRS, once they catch it, they're going to send the check back to the house. They send the check back to the house and say, well, listen, hey, we owe you because you already paid for that fiscal year. You know what I'm saying? So, but what the companies and stuff do is that they say, well, we'll just go down there and pay it again, and then we'll charge you, right? Which it's already been paid and stuff, right? So, but because you don't know and you don't have a copy of that Schedule 1 and stuff in front of you, that's why a lot of companies have stopped. It used to be you had to go down there, you had to pay it yourself, and then you had to give them the Schedule 1. But what they did to speed the process up, to get the base plate, they say, well, we'll pay for it. So just send us the they got your EIN number off your application, and they ask for the title. They ask for a copy of your title and stuff for the truck and everything, and then they go down there and they call themselves filing it again and stuff, right? But you can only file it one time. So it's not like I work for 9 different companies. I paid 9 different 2290s. The only way that you do that is if you got 9 different trucks. If you kept that same truck and stuff, then that heavy highway use tax and stuff been paid on that truck. But a lot of people get crossed up on that and stuff, and then um, that's why it's always, if you can, it's always best to go down and take care of yourself. But if they do it, it's still your money because they're charging it back to you and stuff, and they're taking it out of your settlement. Just tell them, okay, my 2290 is paid. Okay, I just need a copy of my Schedule 1. And that's just a receipt to show that it's been paid. And you keep that for your record. So if you ever decide to go to another carrier, then you just give them the 2290. Even though they can get it themselves and stuff, Kyle, when they go down there and try to file it, it's just gonna kick them back out when it's time to when they put all the information in and it's time to tell, and they tell you how much that you owe, how much you need to send to the IRS and stuff in Cincinnati, then it won't tell you anything and stuff. It kicks you back out, and the reason why it kicks you out and stuff is because it's already been paid for that fiscal year. So I guess I'm gonna do a video on it because I know ain't nobody gonna sit there and listen to the whole live feed for a whole hour and a half just to get that information. So I keep talking about on the live feed, but I got to do a video on it and stuff like that, so people don't get crossed up. But that's the thing there and stuff. That's one of the takes that people do when you go to a carrier. They charge you $550 and stuff like that. They pay that $22.90, and all this is just free money for them. New guy coming, you got your Schedule 1, don't worry about it stuff. We'll go down there and file it for you, get your base plate and all that stuff there, and then you're paying for something that you already been paid for at another company. Okay, they'll say that stuff too. Well, hey, we paid it and stuff like that, so no, we're not getting you the Schedule 1, which is it's nothing. I mean, you can go down there to the IRS building and stuff and get you a Schedule 1. If you know it's been paid. If you know it's been paid, but that's the best way to know if it's been paid, by having that receipt. But I've been seeing a lot of people and stuff posting, oh man, you didn't know that. You stupid. You just a stupid truck driver and all this stuff there. And some people don't know. You don't know, it doesn't make you stupid and none of that stuff. But every time I see them comments and stuff about somebody saying something about it, oh man, you stupid. You supposed to always have that Schedule 1 on you. But it's the same thing about that property tax. A lot of people don't know that either. And then a lot of people don't know that either stuff until, and it's kind of sad because you kind of find out when you go get your own authority and stuff, especially if you get the truck registered in the state that you were probably leased on to a carrier and stuff 4 or 5 years ago. Now you got 4 or 5 years worth of taxes you got to pick up just to get you a base plate and stuff in that particular state. So, let's see, same thing. Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, you stupid. You a stupid truck driver. You supposed to always be up on your paperwork and stuff. But, again, a lot of people don't know that. But see, don't worry though. I give you that for free. Yep, I give you that for free and stuff, but anybody else we want to charge money, well, okay, well, coming to my program and stuff like that, and I'm gonna charge you $400-$500. That's just my parking rate. I'm gonna charge, I charge you $400-$500 and stuff like that. So if you caught it, then you know what part of the live feed and stuff you go to get that information. If not, then I'll just repost the video again and stuff, but I'm gonna just do a solo video without the live feed and stuff. And so, guys, I get that a lot too and stuff. It's like, oh man, Rooster, you pass around a lot of information, but daggone, man, I gotta listen to the whole live feed just to get it, about something, particularly and stuff like that. And I say, man, I can tell it to you if you give me a few minutes and stuff like that, or I just need to drop a video on that. But Anyway, fellas, got 90 minutes in and stuff like that. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm back out here on the road and stuff, but it looked like I'm gonna be back home. It looked like I'm gonna be back home this weekend and stuff, you know, if everything go like it's supposed to. But most of my stuff is taken care of, so I'll just be lounging around and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be going live again. I don't think I'm gonna be able to go live Friday because Friday's gonna be pretty busy and stuff like that. So I will go live Saturday. I will go live Saturday and stuff. I will drop this video and stuff again about, you know, the 2290, the property tax and stuff, so, you know, people don't get crossed up. And I guess that's that and stuff. You know, you got any questions or whatever, just feel free, hit me up. You got my contact information. You know, text me first, let me know who you are, let me know what the situation is, stuff like that. I'll let you know when I'm free, and we just go from there and stuff. So again, I appreciate y'all being patient with me. Thank y'all for letting me chop this good science and stuff with you. And we'll end on that note. So this your man here, the one, the only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster. Telling you as always, continue your research, fact finding studies. Honest on your skills every day. Till next time we talk, next time we meet. Be safe, be easy, and peace out.